Hi, Ben here and welcome to the Craft Lab for our very first online knife show. So we've been busy working away in the workshop over the last few months, preparing blades of various forms to basically produce some very special one-off items that we're going to add onto the store, and you've got the opportunity to get them really. So we've got a real nice diverse range of tools. We've got everything from some Nomads with a real wide range of handle materials, but also what's special about them is we've got some special grinds on them as well. So some grinds that we've never done before. And we've also got some really nice special kitchen knives in some really cool dammer steel. Some of our unique designs which haven't been available very often. So we've got some of our Kukris, and then we've got some of our renowned big cutting tools. So we've got some of our pocket Parangs, some of our full-size Parangs, and we've even got a selection of flat grinds and things like that. So yeah, very special knives that are only going to be available for a short period on the store, and literally when they're gone, they're gone. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to pick up a very special, unique bushcraft knife over the next few days. So we've got a trio of Woodlanders available. Now the Woodlander 4-inch Classic is probably our most sort of popular knife design for bushcraft and woodcraft. They've all got this beautifully contoured handle, and the three are all slightly different. So we've got a really nice polished finish on this one, polished flats, and this is in ABL stock, so ABL stainless steel, and this has got some amazing desert ironwood with thick orange liners, so a really durable, waterproof, all-weather knife on that one. And this has got a Scandi grind on there. So this other Woodlander, still a 4-inch Classic, but this is in a bit of a sort of Bob Loveless sort of homage. So this has got green canvas micarta with lovely red liners on that one. This is a polished finish on the micarta, so it really brings out that nice texture that you've got on that green canvas. And this has got an acid stone-washed finish on the flats on that one. But yeah, in ABL on that one. And those both come with a standard waxed belt sheath on that one. And then this one is slightly different. This is in polished 01, but it's got some incredibly figured masseur birch on this one. So no liners, brass loveless bolts, but some really depth of colour to that masseur birch, and polished flats on that 01 as well. Now this one's got a really nice belt sheath, and it comes with a little antler fire steel as well, so you'll be able to use the back edge of your knife to actually light your fire when you're out in the woods as well. So a great little bushcraft setup really. So we've also got a pair of trappers. So these are our standard trapper design. So this is again got a very nice contoured handle, and these are both in ABL, but they're slightly different in the sense obviously this has got a very sort of bright hunter orange handle with a nice textured finish, and with the acid stonewash finish on the flats, with a really nice Scandi grind on that one. So nice thin stock on that one, so a perfect all-round sort of food preparation knife when you're out in the woods. And this one is the same style trapper, but it has got a full flat grind on this one. So polished flats on this one, really thin profile on this with the flat grind. So absolutely ideal for food preparation. And this has got some beautiful burlap micarta handle material on there, with some really nice luminous green liners and some very nice decorative pins on that as well. So it's got some really nice mosaic pins. And then again, they both come with a really nice solid waxed Orford sheath that's really tough and really waterproof on that one. So almost from the same sort of vein, obviously going for that bright hunter orange handle material. This is one of our Puuko designs. So this is a sort of more traditional Scandinavian style knife with no actual finger choil on this one, so it's very comfortable. You can swivel it in your hand and use it in reverse grips and forehand grips. And this has got a blasted G10 finish on the handle with nice micarta pins, black micarta pins and black G10 liners on that one. And this one again is in ABL stock, and real nice thin 3mm stock, so you've got a really nice slicey knife, great for woodcraft and bushcraft. And this comes with a green Kydex sheath, so you get a really nice retention on there as well. So totally weatherproof knife for when you're out in the woods. So I've been working on a large selection of Nomads. Now these are some of my sort of favourite things to make because I can use a wide range of handle materials on them. And the great thing about the Nomad is it's our UK legal friction folder. So the great thing about this is it performs like one of our full-size, full-tang bushcraft knives, but it is a friction folder that obviously when you're holding it is totally secure, but when you want to, you can fold that blade in and it just makes a perfect EDC. Now, because the blade length is under 3 inches and it has no mechanical lock, it is totally UK legal carry, so you can have that with you and use it in the woods and wherever you want to go, really. So we've done these in a selection of handle materials. So we've got some in natural canvas micarta, some in green micarta, lots of different colours, but we've got some with ABL blades with a nice stonewash finish and a Scandi grind. But also we've been playing around with a new grind on these. So we've got a couple in the Scandi grind, so different colours, different colour liners. But we've also done a few with what we call a Sabre grind. Now, a Sabre grind is a bit of a sort of halfway house. So you've got a full flat grind like we had on that Trapper, but we've also now got a Scandi grind, a Sabre grind, so the grind only goes halfway up the blade itself. So you've still got quite a lot of rigidity and thickness to the overall blade, but you've obviously got a very nice thin edge profile to it as well. Now, these all come with a little sharpening choil in there, so it makes it a little bit easier when you come to actually sharpen that secondary bevel on there as well. So these are all in ABL stock. So they've got all the nice ABL blades in 3mm stock with a nice stonewash finish. But we've got a real funky range of colours. So we've got one of my favourite colours, which is what we call pumpkin G10. So that's layers of black and orange G10. And then that's got some crazy neon green liners to that one. And then we've got green canvas micarta with really nice orange liners. And then we've got a really nice sort of combination of my favourite colours, really, green, black and orange on this one. So a little bit sort of muted, but also a little flash of colour if you put it down in the woods and you want to find it in the leaf litter. And then we've got a really nice black canvas micarta with a blasted finish, so you get a really nice texture to it, but with a pop of green on that one. So you've got green liners and green backspacer. And then we've got black canvas micarta with orange liners as well. So a real nice sort of combination of colours there. And then another one with that sort of two-tone. And the great thing about when you get the two-tone colours is you get almost like this contour lines of a map. So we've got blue, black, and then orange on that one. And like I say, they're all friction folders. They all come with a little torque screw, so you can adjust the friction on there. So obviously you can have them either very, very tight so that they don't sort of open easily, or you can make them a little bit looser if you want to. And you get provided with that torque spanner as well. And these all come with a Kydex neck sheath. So the great thing about the Kydex neck sheath is not only does it secure the knife and stop that blade opening, so you can either pop that in your pocket if you want to, but they just make a great neck carry knife. Really nice lightweight knife with this really nice pronounced thumb ramp. So when you do want to deploy the knife, you can just push on that thumb ramp and literally operate the knife one-handed if needs be. So we also made two super special Nomads. So this is a material that I haven't used for a few years, and this is what we call G-wood. So it's a combination of wood and G10 layered together to make this sort of composite material, which gives a really nice contrasting colour, but also you get that nice sort of grain that you would get in normal timber as well. So this is a nice combination of red, orange, black, and then this sort of almost walnut veneer in there. And these have got a black backspacer, and they just make a really nice sort of combination on that handle material. Real striking colour, so obviously you're going to be able to see it easily, but it just looks really nice, almost like sort of contour lines on a sort of map, really. And then these are again in ABL. So this red one has basically got a Sabre grind on that, and you can see that really nice thin sort of edge profile that you can get on that Sabre grind. And then we've got the same G-wood, but obviously in a different colour combination. So this is blue, grey and black with a slightly lighter timber on that one. And then you get that lovely contour lines on it as well. So this has got a black backspacer, 3mm stonewashed ABL blade, so a really nice weatherproof blade, but this one's got the Scandi grind on there. And both of those come with a really nice self-locking Kydex sheath in black. So you've got a totally weatherproof knife when you go out in the woods. So we've got a couple of our pocket parangs. So this is a more sort of compact version of our parang design. Slightly shorter blade, very nice pronounced finger guard on that one. And then this one's in a nice polished green canvas micarta with red liners on this one. And then really striking mosaic pins as well. So this is in ABL stock with an acid stonewash finish, and the grinds on the Parangs are slightly different to the other knives in the sense that they've got a Scandi grind here near the handle, and then they get blended into a convex grind, obviously for the chopping. And that just works perfectly as an all-round sort of chopping and craft knife really. So obviously a bit smaller, a bit more compact, and that comes with an OD green Kydex sheath on that one with a tech lock, so that you can basically wear it in a whole way, different ways of wearing it on your belt or your kit or whatever you want to do with that one. And then we've got another ABL pocket parang on this one, but this is in textured black canvas micarta with stainless fittings, stainless loveless bolts, and then this has got blue liners on that one. So this section here is ground square, so obviously you can use it for striking a fire steel or scraping bark, things like that. And again, got the same Scandi convex grind on that one with a great Kydex belt sheath on that one as well. So the great thing about the Kydex is obviously it's totally weatherproof, but it locks the knife in place, and then you've got this extra retention strap that just locks it totally in there, so it's not going to come out when you're on the trail. And again, that one's got a tech lock on that one as well. And they've both got really nice adequate drain holes as well, so if you are sort of wading through the water and stuff, any water that's held in the sheath will just drain out the bottom. So this is our full-size Orford Parang, and we've been making these for many, many years now, and they've basically gone to almost all corners of the globe now. So this one is in green canvas micarta with the really nice mosaic pins again, and those striking sort of red liners on there to really accentuate that sort of contour line of it. And then this one is in 3.5mm ABL with an acid stonewash finish. And again, we've got that same sort of grind setup that we had on the pocket parang. So scanding here near the handle and then blending into a convex grind as well. So great for chopping. Now this one obviously comes with a leather sheath. So this one's slightly different to the Kydex setup, but you've got a really nice secure poppers on that to hold it in place. And obviously a removable popper dropper as well. So that it basically articulates on your belt. So very comfortable to wear it around camp and things like that. We've also got another one that's actually made from some old science benches that we actually reclaimed from the craft lab when we actually dismantled it many, many years ago. So this was an old science classroom. So this is actually some of the Iroko science benches that we actually got out of the actual science lab itself. So this one is in 4mm 80 CRV2, which is basically a high impact carbon steel. So you can see that the grind looks slightly higher on this one because basically the blade stock is slightly thicker. So the Iroko itself makes a very good durable handle material, and this one's got brass loveless bolts, and again that will come with that nice leather sheath as well. So this is one of our providers. This is one of our kitchen knives. So obviously very different to our sort of classic bushcraft knives because it's very, very thin stock. And we've been making these mostly in stainless steel, but we wanted to make one of these in a very nice bit of stainless dama steel. So this is a Vinland pattern dama steel, which will give it this amazing look, but also it will give you a sort of microscopic sort of semi-serrated cutting edge as well. And then this has got a really nice high grind on it, high flat grind. So the actual edge geometry of it is very, very thin and very, very slicey. So this one's actually got desert ironwood on this one with some mosaic pins and then thick red G10 liners. And we've actually etched the tang on this one as well. So you can see that dama steel all the way through. And still a very contoured shaped handle, so you get a very secure grip. But you can't feel the weight of it, but the weight of it is crazy because it's so thin. It's very, very light in the front end, and all that weight is just back in that handle. It's almost deceptive. It just feels so light and like a laser in your hand, that one. Just be an absolute perfect kitchen knife for slicing up all your veggies. So this is one of our Kukris that we've made, and this actually incorporates the design elements from Lofty Wiseman's sort of survival tool. So it's actually the handle shape from Lofty's tool, which we had permission to use, and then we actually incorporated it into a classic Kukri style blade shape. So this one is in 3.5mm stock of 01 tool steel with this nice dark acid stonewash finish, and then we've got that same classic Scandi grind near the handle flowing into a really nice convex grind. So it's just an absolute superb chopper really. The great thing about this style of handle is you've got a really nice shaped handle, so you've got a real secure grip to it, And then this one is in natural canvas micarta, no liners on this one. And then we've got stainless fittings on this one. And basically this back edge again is been left square, so you can scrape with it, use it with a fire steel, or just use it in the woods for making tinder. And then this one comes with a nice leather belt sheath. Again, a bit like our Parangs, it's got these poppered secure closure there to hold the kukri in place. And then we've got a popper dropper on there as well. So a really nice setup, a perfect sort of big chopping tool that you can take to the woods, but obviously finer detail with that nice thin slicey tip to it as well. So that's some of the exciting knives that we've got available now on the store. So to find those, if you click on the Knives Available Now page, you'll see all those available there. And obviously these are all special one-offs. So remember that obviously there's only one of them, so get there fast if you can. And I've certainly enjoyed getting this batch of Nomads together. They're always a real sort of special little thing to start making. And so many little components that suddenly come into a sort of final finished product. And for me, probably the most exciting thing that I've got here at the moment, I think I'm still sort of blown away with these G-Wood Nomads really. So I'm torn. I don't know whether I want to go for the blue one or the red one. Obviously pros and cons of those different grinds as well. So hopefully you'll be able to pick up a really nice special knife. And remember to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and obviously tick that bell for notifications. And also, if you can, when you get one of your tools, remember to send us some pictures of you using your knife, whether you're on a camping trip or you're on some other adventure around the world. And you can either tag us in and either share them on YouTube or obviously on our Instagram page as well. Remember to tag us in. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.